Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, elderly neighbor pays for nothing, complains about it. I'm homeless and you have a spare room. Give me that spare room. Karen refuses to control her aggressive husky, calls us Karens and blames my dog for the aggression rather than trying to control her dog. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Elderly neighbor pays for nothing, complains about it. For context, my neighbor, we'll call LL, is older, has a lot of health issues. To be nice, my husband and then I put her on my phone plan, extended out internet and TV to her, as well as gave her a key to our car so she would have transportation. All of which is free for her, we don't charge her anything for any of it. Recently I lost my job, so we have had to cut expenses including internet and TV. We mainly watch Netflix and switched to just iTernet through a different provider, saving nearly $200 a month. Here is where the entitlement comes into play. She decided us switching is inconvenient for her even though we were about to head over to set up streaming services for her. She called my husband and threw a tantrum saying she's gonna return our key to the car, find a different cell phone provider, again she doesn't pay for any of it, and figure put her TV situation. She then proceeded to talk about how she can't afford it and it's essentially our fault. I'm sitting here laughing at the audacity, who complains about free shit? I really wouldn't with the car key, that should be an ask every time situation. My partner of 3 years lives with me and wouldn't take one of the cars she doesn't normally drive without asking. Yeah, I wouldn't really want my elderly neighbor with health issues to have free access to my car. That just sounds like a surefire way to one day not have a car anymore. My fiancé literally bought me my car and he still asks permission to take it because it's the considerate thing to do. You and your husband have been extremely generous, but she has shown her true colors. She got to freeload for a while but complains when you have to cut back. As of now I wouldn't give her anything other than the time of day, no phone plan, no internet, no TV, and most of all no car, and very limited if not no free rides such as healthcare only if you feel you must. Let her do all the work in getting the new services and then she might just see how much you are helping her. Agree that the car key thing is weird. Are you not required to have insurance coverage, and have you told your insurance company that you have a third regular driver? But yes, the absolute audacity is hilarious. I guess Elle is more than happy to be cut her own nose off to spite her face. As my husband sometimes says, look what happens when you try to be nice, no good deed goes unpunished. Wow. We are the elderly neighbors now, and try to be helpful to our neighbors, because they are busy with kids and work and all. And we are retired. Slow, busy with our yard and fixing it up and all, but still. Consideration doesn't cost anything. Come live by us. Iced tea on the porch, anytime you want it. When I was a kid, we had a retired couple on the south and another on the north. South couple became like second grandparents, always showing us different types of lovely flowers, sharing extra cucumbers, letting us use the awesome tire swing, while the north had a bitter old nasty lady, whom we are sure poisoned our Pomeranian. I aim to be the first couple and give yard flowering plants away for free when I have extra. Out of curiosity, is she also on your car insurance plan? It just doesn't seem like a good idea to have an elderly neighbor with health issues driving your car around. Being nice to your neighbors is, hey, I'm going to the grocery store, need anything, or mowing their lawn for them. Putting them on your Wi-Fi, streaming services, phone plan, and giving them a key to your CR is reckless in the extreme. What if your identity gets stolen because she doesn't take proper precautions while she's using your internet? What if she takes your car and commits a hit and run fender bender? Take back everything. It's not as though she appreciates it anyway, and the liability you're risking is too much. I would thank her for her call and immediately get your car key back. Tell her you appreciate her bringing up getting a new cell phone plan because you can't afford to have her on yours anymore and were uncomfortable bringing it up. Tell her how much you appreciate her stepping up during this difficult time for you. Giving her a key to your car is such a bad idea, for liability reasons. And now that you know she doesn't appreciate any of this, just stop. I'm homeless and you have a spare room. Give me that spare room. I know someone who is currently homeless, and while I do have sympathy for the homeless, this is a situation of his own doing. He has a long history of drugs and alcohol abuse as well as a lengthy arrest record. He has left rehab numerous times and has been in and out of jail for most of his adult life. When he is working, he refuses to do anything more than a dishwasher. He's made excuses for why places won't hire him or only keep him employed for short term. This individual posts multiple posts a day begging for someone to listen to him, cusses people out when he doesn't like what they say. He begs and pleads with people to give him gas money, cigarettes, and a place to stay. He also laughs about having an anger problem, a bad history with the police, property management, and neighbors. He has laughed about getting terroristic threats down to phone threats, blames others for the restraining orders against him, and curses out N.A. My favorite part of all of this is that he knows people with a spare room and demands they rent it to him. Knowing his history, people automatically shut him down. He then gets angry and rants on FB about how people suck, are picking on him, and so on and so forth. Everyone else is the problem and people owe him everything under the sun. And if anyone does cave and give him a spare room, he will never ever leave. Depends how much stuff they have to steal and pawn. Dude. He'd never leave. Oof. Nope. It would take another restraining order to get him out. How bad do you have to be that your own parents have one out on you? Victim mentality, everything is always someone else's fault. On the bright side, all the times he has left rehab have opened up a space for someone that truly wanted the help and better their life. SMH. I have a homeless cousin who kept trying to find out where I live while asking for money to get booze. The answer is always, no. I'm thankful he doesn't know where I live, or at least I think he doesn't. If he ever finds out, I'm calling the police and will ensure he gets charged with trespassing. Many years ago, myself and a bunch of mates had a pal who had tumbled down into smoking heroin and manufacturing ket. He overheard me once planning a month-long visit to the Summer Isles up north and turned up at 6 in the morning at the bus station in Edinburgh to meet up with us so he could ask if he could live in my flat for the month I was away. I said no. I could imagine me coming back to my flat with police tape sealing off my front door or the tenement building burnt down. I'm not refusing to let you into my home because you're homeless, I'm refusing to let you into my home because you're a thief and a flight risk. My buddy's sister just asked if she can move in with him because his son moved away for school. Nope. He shut that right down. She has a habit of finding someone to take care of her and doing nothing to take care of herself. Karen refuses to control her aggressive husky, calls us Karens and blames my dog for the aggression rather than trying to control her dog. This just happened and I'm so pissed off. I have a service dog who I have put through extra behavioral training, and who has never attacked another dog. She has 3 scars on her nose from other aggressive dogs from incidents that happened before I owned her. She's a sweet 9-year-old Aussie Lab mix, and I love her more than anything. We go out to a bar for trivia night once a week that allows dogs, all dogs, inside, and usually so long as that dog is in the corner we have no issues. Today they were sat by the only door out and my dog needed to pee several times. My grandma helped to block the dog who lunged just because we got close. I'd even put my dog on the other side of me to avoid agitating them. But I guess that makes the husky Al-Khali feel bad. She kept complaining when we blocked the dog from attacking mine, saying it's fine and isn't that bad y'all, because she put 0 effort into actually controlling her dog. They then complained that my dog caused it. She doesn't have aggression with other dogs. Eventually, when I told them to control their dog because mine is a service dog, they, the Karens, claimed she wasn't because I don't have documentation. How would they know? And you don't even need documentation, and I don't always have her vest on when I take her there since I'm with family. But how dare you be a poor pet owner, then blame my service dog for your dog's poor behavior, Karen? Ugh, I'm so mad I needed to vent this somewhere. Just glad my family stood up for me. If you're a regular at the bar, make sure you have a good relationship with the staff/owner and that they are aware your dog is a service dog. That way, if there are more incidents in the future and you alert them to the situation, they'll ask people like Karen and their out-of-control dog to leave. Don't confront them directly on your own. That never ends well. Also, you're wrong. Your dog is an Aussie Lab mix. They're simply 100,000% good boy/girl. Give your pup a treat from everyone on Reddit and tummy rubs, please. She is 100,000% a good girl. She gets lots of rubs and treats and kept me from having a panic attack even after she was nearly attacked. A very good girl, I'll let her know that was said. We do know the owner and Karen and her Karenites have already reported my dog as the issue despite the owners knowing she is a service dog. Is she a service dog or an ESA? If she is a service dog, you should keep the vest on her so that people know she is working. The lady with the husky needs to socialize it better. It should not be lunging at other dogs. Service dog, but I usually let that be her one night out to just be a dog. But from now on the vest stays on. Please give your sweet angel some love for us, and maybe a few extra treats. Some pet owners shouldn't be allowed to have them. You should have to pass an IQ test to own a husky. More often than not, a problem husky is the result of being owned by a moron. It's a breed that lives and breathes to fulfill its own curiosity. It's a smart furry toddler and it's a shame to see what happens to them in the hands of an idiot owner. Many years ago, I looked into getting a husky. One day, I had a chat with a gentleman who had one. We were going back and forth about the wonderful attributes of several different breeds we each had owned. He had owned a few huskies in his life. He let me know that, in his opinion, huskies can be stubborn to the point of stupid. This was stated with a chuckle, but a teeny bit of seriousness in his eyes. Certainly made me rethink getting a dog that I might not be able to handle. Sorry that you were Karened. Karens are spreading fast like the pandemic. They feel entitled about everything. If possible, next time take a video for proof, but I am sure there are security cameras everywhere. People like to blame everyone and never take responsibilities. Sorry you are being treated this way. Do you know if they have cameras? Have you asked management? I would explain to the owner or manager what you are dealing with. Additionally, since you are with family, everyone has cell phones now, you could have one of your family member document exactly what is happening, from where you are seated. I have friends with service dogs, and carrying documentation around is just not normal, but wearing their work vest is usually enough. Just the fact you have a service dog shows you are dealing with more in your life than average people do, so I would definitely talk to those in charge at the trivia place and see if they can't have someone assist you when you come and go with your dog, and also watch what happens if they do not have cameras. Someone will help you, I'm sure. Wow. Sorry that happened. I wouldn't go into a place that allowed dogs like that. And FYI, that is incredibly bizarre behavior for a husky. They were originally bred to be sled dogs, to be literally tied to 5 other dogs for most of the day. They are usually incredibly non-aggressive, to the point that they are really not even good watchdogs. I was walking my husky one time, and a little fluffy dog came running over and started biting him. He had no idea what to do. He finally just stepped on it, till its owner got it under control. Ugh. I can't stand people like this. The pet owner just sounds so lazy and mean. Why have a dog if you aren't going to put any effort into training it? That's like having a child, but don't bother to send them to school. Also, hasn't anyone ever told this woman and her flying monkeys that if you have a dog that aggressive, that's a lawsuit begging to happen? She needs to do something and quick, or she is either going to end up broke or the dog is going to end up being destroyed, possibly both, and that would be a shame, at least for the dog. I also have to wonder how she cares for this pup when they are at home. Does she interact with him at all? If she did, wouldn't she know what his triggers are and do what she could to minimize them? If you made it to the end of the video, Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.